started?
Doesn't say it started yet. Yep.
Alright, so guys, welcome back to another stream. And on this, I was actually wondering, while I was watching the Sonic film, if you have watched it, then watch this video. But if you haven't, you probably should. Cause Sonic, yes, you're right.
Hello guys.
So now I'm gonna do a tutorial video on this. Even though this is on my gaming channel, I'll still do it because I'm technically playing a game, which means it's gaming. So what my theory was, if Longclaw did die, she would have, well, if she she got shot with an arrow when Sonic was found out and they tried to grab his powers. But she protected him and sacrificed herself. Or she may have sacrificed herself, we don't know. Now, why we don't know if she sacrificed herself is because we saw the ring disappear and then, well, it kind of just basically cut to black, if you know what that means. So the camera just cut away and she could have flown away. She was a bird and she could have flown away. She also could have took them wing by wing and just demolished them. Because we don't actually show what happened next.
Good point.
Yes. And on top of that, Sonic did try to save her, but the screen, we saw on the screen that the ring just cut away.
Yeah. Do you reckon,
so we didn't see what happened.
Do you reckon they'll show her in Sonic 2?
I think they will, because Tails appeared, and I think since Tails is part of the Sonic universe, I bet they somehow sort of can be connected.
Yeah.
That's what I feel like.
So, guys,
leave a comment down below.
If you've watched Sonic, leave a like on this video.
I also recently watched Godzilla vs. King Kong.
Yes, very recently today.
Very recently, an hour ago, specifically, half an hour.
Specific.
Road Pacific. If you're not
specific.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Let me know if I should do another video.
I think you should.
Yeah, I should.
What should you talk about next?
Probably Godzilla vs. King Kong.
I agree. Like reviewing the movie?
Yeah, and just saying all the things that makes it good. Like a giant monkey that gets later smacked in the face. Anyway. Leave your theory down in the comments below. Because I personally think she did survive. And on top of that, we never get to see her. Or is that so? Because we did see Tails at the ending and Eggman seeing him shave his bald head for some unknown reason. And say reconnaissance a bunch of times. So,
when do you think Sonic 2 will come out?
I think by the time everybody gets vaccinated, at the same time, it's great to make a movie in lockdown, but then it's also the worst time because it's like traveling overseas is a problem. Like everybody would be at home and not being out, so that means like it'd be the perfect time. Though like it'd be really hard because like everybody would need to get vaccinated. Transport would be an issue. Everything would just be so bad. Anyway, when do you think Sonic 2 will come out? Gaming with Atlas.
My theory is probably could be in the December school holidays, like Christmas time around then.
Yeah. Anyway, what do you think if Longclaw died? What would have happened? I wonder. Because
there's no reason to think she's dead because they never actually showed what happened to her.
Yeah, and we also know that it may have been. He never said it was his parents.
Yeah.
He just said protector, and then he said if she was basically Obi-Wan Kenobi. If Obi-Wan Kenobi had a big and 8 months. That's what he said after that sentence. So we actually don't get to see
Yeah.
if she actually was his mother or father, though most likely mother.
Yeah. Could an owl give birth to a hedgehog?
We don't know, but she could have adopted him.
That sounds likely because he referred to him as her as a protector, not a parent. So, I wonder what happened to his real parents. Do you think?
Maybe Dr. Robotnik.
That's a good theory.
Yep, we confirmed that.
Oh yeah, that's another good theory,
Oh,
Mr.
yeah.
Brownie. He's not actually.
Oh
He
yeah.
only discovered Sonic when the baseball scene happened. So he was just like a crazy scientist.
That could have happened because we still have proof that that could have happened. Because he wouldn't have known about Sonic
He did.
if it was his parents. He still wouldn't have known.
He might have a clue when he saw those footprints. Because remember when he logged it into his evil lab and said it's a creature mankind has never seen before. So
Oh yes, that is a good point.
so that means he hasn't seen like a footprint
You're right.
like that.
No, he hasn't. On top of that, we don't know where his parents went.
We don't.
And he was also on another planet, so that still isn't
Yeah.
it. And he was on the far side of the universe. So that means that could have something to do
Yeah.
with his parents. Maybe his parents traveled or got discovered and had to travel.
That's a very good point. Like their speed was discovered.
Yes.
That would actually make a lot of sense because Mr. Brownie was right. It couldn't have been Dr. Robotnik because he
or
had
AKA
never
Eggman.
Yeah, Eggman. He said nothing like this has ever been discovered before when he logged the Sonic's footprint. You're right. When Sonic was being chased down, it's very
Yes,
likely.
but he was, on top of that, he was wearing shoes.
Good point.
So he could have seen something like it.
He could have, but with his technology,
I mean, like,
Eggman seems very smart to figure out what it is.
except though,
So they figured out its exact height and weight. So he'd probably figure out like if he knows what it is.
though, on top of that, he didn't figure out the DNA. So
He didn't know.
the DNA, that could have been a problem too. On top of that, if Longclaw did die, then who would have parented him? Because it was like several years later. That means he's either 6 right now or a 13-year-old. Or an adult. Because we don't actually get to see how old he was.
Yeah.
Because we just cut to the Sonic sign.
Well, he said 10 years later. Like, how
Yeah,
old
that-
do you think he was when he was
could have
in
been-
his home planet?
Usually it's about 6 or 7, so
Yeah.
I'm going to go 6. Knowing that it's usually...
Now he'd be like 19ish, or 18 to 19 if he hasn't had his birthday this year. If he was 6 or 7 then, roughly.
Roughly,
He can't be any older than like 19.
yes.
But anyway, back to Longclaw, the subject of this video.
Yes.
Did Longhorn die?
That was
the question.
I know that this theory probably hasn't been actually covered yet, but I say she didn't die. Game Developers has left. Anyway, I think that Longclaw didn't die, and now they didn't exactly say that she died because I'm not meant to be. So it doesn't actually we don't actually see if, what do you call it, Longclaw actually did die. He never mentioned it. Plus, on top of that, we knew that she already took an arrow, knowing that she would be weak, though she did was still alive. So that meant she was either kept fighting and knew what she was doing, or she just or she could have flown away. We don't know that. We haven't covered the full theory. So, comment your theories down below, and I'd love to see them. And that's basically it for this video. There's still more to uncover about all the movies, though there is something that I want to tell you guys. I'm wondering if you will, if you do want to, leave a like if we should do a stream on Crash Bandicoot uncovering, how Godzilla and King Kong's ancestors met. We've got to uncover that, because I still don't know it. Now, our Game with Atlas has just appeared. Out of nowhere. Hello.
Did I have appeared? So, what was the conclusion with
the conclusion is
Longhorn.
that she did not die.
Right.
Though we're still going to do another video on this right after.
So, what are we going to be talking about now?
We're going to be talking about
We should just
if
talk
she
about the
did
movie,
die,
or where she's gone.
yes, where she has
What's
gone.
she doing now?
I think she's still on that same planet.
I agree. It makes sense.
Though she could have still, we don't actually see, and birds are very clever, so she could have done a sneaky trick on them.
Yeah.
Or she could have grabbed one of those rings carefully and then thrown it. Thought of the safest place on Earth.
That's a good theory, and maybe she might show up in Sonic 2 with Tails. Maybe Tails was sent over by her. Because how do you think he was?
Though
Tails
we've
was
got
told?
to do more research, because we haven't done any research. Plus, on top of that,
Well, the movie's book should come out soon, so we'll be able to.
yes, indeed, you're right.
Yes.
But we also need to uncover, did she die?
What do you think?
I think she probably didn't.
I agree, because they never said she died, actually.
And on top of that, they never actually uncovered her origins.
Yeah.
And Tails is from the Sonic universe.
Yeah.
Where Longclaw, I don't think I've ever heard of her. The only movie game universe that I've never actually heard of her. It was just Sonic, so she actually could have just been there.
And do you think, is Tails a hedgehog?
Tail is, I actually don't know.
Well, then he could have came from a different planet. It's potential, because if he's a hedgehog, he may have been like from the same planet, and that's how he found his way to Earth. He was told. Okay. Well, because he's a fox. I don't think he's.
I also actually don't genuinely think that
That's just my theory.
he was. Tails was a fox, so it couldn't have been. So Sonic wasn't Sonic friends with Tails. I think they're connected. All I know is that they're from the same universe. Now, I actually don't know if Longclaw actually died, so I'm gonna go with my theory of she didn't die. Alright, so we're just gonna ignore Longhorn that my father said.
Can I apologise to your viewers?
Yes.
I accidentally wrote Longhorn instead of Longclaw. I was wondering why an owl would be called horn. Anyway, that's Mr. Brownie's fault there, so
Yeah.
really sorry about that, everyone.
But when did they introduce her as Longclaw? When was circle. Right
Right at the beginning, yeah.
That's right.
And also, Outgamers Alice, do you want to be here in the video?
They'll be in and out.
I'm trying to figure out if she did actually die.
I don't think
We've got
so.
to do more research.
Well,
we're doing a part 1
alright.
stream. If any of you
so
are interested.
what kind of research can you do?
Probably research if Longclaw was actually from the entire universe.
Yeah.
Cause I think I've only heard of her from the Sonic universe.
Well,
And
if
from the
she,
Sonic music.
so the only,
Anyway,
mate, if she is from a video game, we might be able to find out like a power she has, and or if she's just a plain owl. Do you think she escaped?
I think just if she was a plain owl, she would have escaped. Now, I actually do think Longclaw did in fact not die. The only reason why I think that is because we never actually saw her die. It just, the camera went away and that's all we know.
I agree.
Yep.
Batman's?
Yep. Alright. So, let me know what's your theory, and yep, we will just do that in the next video. If we should do another Did Longclaw Died part 2, let me know in the comments. That's completely up to you. And most of all, well, mainly, I actually think my next fourth video should be how did King Kong and Godzilla's ancestors meet? Because in the movie Godzilla vs. King Kong, actually we're doing this on Sonic, so we're just going to do it on Sonic. And make sure to like and subscribe, and